Good afternoon. It's Kimball Sargent, your holistic self-care coach here. And I'm really excited because this is going to be the first of 13 classes on living well in a sick world. And today I think I'm going to call it Live Well in a Sick World. When I came up for the topic for this, the world wasn't exactly where it is now. And I always believe that we need to address what's going on. So I switched around this course and exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. I'll start off by telling you what the next 12 weeks after this and today will be about. I'm a holistic health coach. My background is I have been an entrepreneur since I was 27, and my passion has always been helping people live their best lives. And for the last 25 years, I have been a psychotherapist in private practice. I'm an advanced practice nurse, and I'm also a NLP practitioner. So I've used many ways to help people live the lives they want. And when it gets down to it, I believe that there's really 6 things that you have to take control of. And I really believe that every single one of you is a powerful creator who can create the life that you want. I suspect that there may be some anxiety at this point in time because we're dealing with this pandemic. But the 6 areas that we're going to be talking about in this class are first, your mental, then your physical, then your relationships, which is family and friends, your contribution, which deals with society, your spirit and spiritual life, and finances. And I believe that taking charge of those things is what will give you the life that you want. Now, it happens. Right now, it is happening, and it's a pandemic. And life seems very uncertain and has gotten very small. But I will tell you that you are totally capable and competent to make it through this and to handle whatever comes. Now, first of all, I'm going to tell you that there is no magic pill, and there is nothing that outright kills this virus. That is something we don't have control over. What we do have control over is how we take care of ourselves, how we support our immune system, and how we support our mind. And our mind is a really big piece of it. And that is where I'm going to start out. So I'm going to start out at the first of this session in giving you homework. And then at the end, I'm going to give you a gift. That's probably a better way to do it. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Viktor Frankl, but Viktor Frankl was in a German prisoner of war camp in World War II. And he wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning. And you can get that on the web, and I think you'll have some time to read it, maybe more than usual. And they even have it on Audible. What he talks about is what he did in that prison camp. You see, Viktor looked at his life after he got out of the camp. That is how he kept himself healthy enough and well enough to live through this. One of my favorite things in the book is when he is marching in the snow and he has holes in his boots. And there are men that did not make it that died on that move of the camps. And Viktor saw himself in a huge auditorium filled with psychiatrists and mental health people. And he was telling them how he had survived his time in the prisoner of war camp. And he did. It's only a little over 100 pages. But I think it will help you put this whole situation in perspective. Because your mindset is huge. And it also, the mindset changes the body down to a cellular level. So therefore, when you can keep your thoughts healthy, then that is helping boost your immune system. And our immune system is fed by our lymphatic system. And probably a lot of you know this, but in our bodies, most of us have cancer cells off and on. When our immune system is working correctly, we're able to handle this. It's not a problem. It takes them out. Now, I'm not telling you that if you do the things I'm sharing today that you won't get COVID-19. No one can predict that. And our immune systems are things that go up and down over time. The only thing that we can do is support them. And you don't turn your immune system around right on a dime. However, you know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And so the next best time is right now. And the same is true with your immune system. The healthier your immune system, the better you will handle the disease if you get it, and the quicker you will get over it if you get it. So I want to give you the feeling that you have charge of your life, because you really do. So the first place we're going to start off with is the mind, and what can you do about that? Well, I've given you homework to read the book, but the other homework I want to give you is every morning when you get up, I want you to set a little place. It can be your quiet time, it can be your prayer place, whatever you want to call it. And I want you to spend 5 to 10 minutes. And when you get there, I want you to take 4 deep breaths. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to see yourself after this pandemic is over and you're out and about. Maybe you're going to see yourself at Outback having supper with your husband. Maybe you're going to see you with your kids at one of their sports games. You can see yourself all of these places. But as you put those pictures in your mind and you do what I call positively hallucinate, because hallucination is anything that goes into your mind that is not real, you're going to be feeling the feelings. I want you to really pay attention to how it feels in your body when you're doing that. And what smells do you smell? And if you're eating that steak, what taste do you taste? And what do you see? Get those pictures. Make them really clear and bright. And listen to the sounds. And just enjoy being there. This exercise that I'm giving you is exactly what Viktor Frankl did when he was in that prisoner of war camp. So you do it every day, 5 to 10 minutes. And you know what? You can go there anytime you want. You know, when the kids have gotten really frustrated about being shut in and maybe the internet is crashing because there's too many people on it and they're going crazy, you go to what I call your happy place, and you go there and experience this. Every time that you do that, you will be boosting your immune system. You will be improving your neurotransmitters. You can change your life really right down, and the body down to a cellular level. So number 1 is your mind, and that's your meditation. Number 2 is move. Our bodies were meant to move. I am a NIA instructor, and NIA works with the mind, the body, and the spirit. And it's a type of exercise dance using the 52 joints to heal the body. You can actually go on and check out NIA TV if you want. There's a charge for it, but it allows you to dance with NIA. But whatever you do, you want to move. You want to move inside your house. If you've got stairs, run up and down them. You can do jumping jacks. You can run in place. There are millions of yoga instructors. I'm sure you can find one that you can do yoga with. And get your kids moving too, because let me tell you, the more they move, the less they're going to drive you crazy, because they're going to have some pent-up energy that they need to work out. If you have a house, go out in the backyard, run around and play in the backyard. And that gets us to grounding, which you can put along with your movement because you can walk outside. When our feet come in contact with the Earth's surface, there are negative ions on the Earth that bind with the free radicals in our body. It's like taking in handfuls of antioxidants. And so that's really great to boost your immune system right now. Also, when your feet are on that ground, they're in contact with the Earth's magnetic field. And magnets are really good at helping move things around in our body. They talk about that when you're in contact with the Earth's magnetic field, that it helps your lymph system, that it helps the flow of everything in your body. So spend some time outside and do some grounding and connect with the Earth's magnetic field. And that is the second way that you are going to boost your immune system while you are locked in at home. The third way you're going to do it is you're going to drink water. Now you might be saying, oh my gosh, all the water was sold out. Well, I'm not a big fan of bottled water anyway. I highly recommend that you get a very good water filtration system that alkalizes the water. But if you don't have one right now, you've got the tap. And the tap water is really better than the bottled water. Number one, you're not going to have those bottles left over that are being dumped in the ocean and ruining our planet. But that water's not as regulated as tap water. So drink the tap water. Now, how much do you drink? You want to drink half of your body's weight in ounces of water. So if you weigh 150 pounds, then you're going to drink 75 ounces of water a day. Now, I suggest that in your phone or somewhere you keep up with it, because remember, you're not just going to be sitting home relaxing. You might have the kids there. You may be working remotely. You want to keep up with it, because when your body is hydrated, it is best able to have good immune function. Remember, we talked about the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is a liquid system. So you've got to have the water inside of you, the hydration, in order to be healthy. So the three things again is you're going to take care of your mind by meditating, you're going to move, and you're going to hydrate. Half your body weight in ounces of water. The next thing that you're going to do is you are going to sleep. Sleeping is imperative. We're one of the most sleep-deprived nations in the world. We got a lot less reason to not sleep now because you're not going to be going out as much. You want to be in that bed for 8 hours. Okay, I can hear it now. You can say, Kimball, I just don't sleep 8 hours. Some people do, and I don't. I can't do it. Well, stay in the bed 8 hours anyway. I was up at the Integrative Health Forum in New York 2 years ago, and Deepak Chopra said that when you lay in your bed with your eyes closed and just focus on your breathing and let your thoughts go, don't keep anything in there. If thoughts come in your mind, let them go. Your body heals and refurbishes itself just like you were asleep. So plan your night, and I'll tell you optimal. Optimal is to go to bed between 9 and 10, because then the hormones of your body will help you get that sleep. And stay there 8 hours. And if you wake up, say, okay, I'm not going to go back to sleep, but it's okay. I'm just going to lay here and recreate myself. And when thoughts come, don't flip out about it. It's fine. Just let them float away. Keep breathing. Focus on the breathing. If you need and you want a picture, put that picture up there that you're looking at of life after all of this is over. And just let yourself go. So sleep is imperative for the immune system. And if you start some healthy habits now, you will be able to carry those on after the pandemic. And also for your children, try to keep them on a schedule. Because if they staying on a schedule with sleep really helps everybody be less cranky and function better. And then when we're ready to get out and go back to a normal life, then they'll be more prepared for it. Now, the next is nutrition. And nutrition is extremely important. We are what we eat. Eat as many fresh vegetables and fruits as you can, as long as you have them. And then after that, I would suggest that you get as many frozen things and put them in your freezer as you can. You want lots of green leafy vegetables. They're great detoxifiers. Cook with lots of spices. Cilantro is a great detoxifier. Oregano has health benefits. Spices really, for many eons, were used as medicines. So lots of leafy greens. Broccoli is great. Carrots, beets, anything that you've got that are colors. And get some frozen ones, because it may be that you can't get out. I mean, if cans are what you have to go, then do that. But you want to have lots of vegetables, and the frozen and the fresh are really better. You want 60 grams of protein a day. It's okay that you're a vegetarian. I'm not trying to talk you out of that if that's what you want, but be sure you get the 60 grams of protein. Your brain needs that to properly function, and your immune system needs it. It's the building block. In fact, when you don't get enough protein or you don't get enough calories, when your body goes into starvation, it starts wasting and pulling from muscles, and your heart is a muscle, so you never want to restrict like that. feed yourself, and know that feeding yourself appropriately is a big piece of staying healthy. Now, I'm going to tell you something not to do. I always say if it's white, it isn't right. No sugar, white sugar, no white rice, no bread. Stay away from the grains, and staying away from dairy is important too. Dairy, if you have respiratory issues, makes the mucus in your lungs thicker. So if you've gotten the virus or you get the virus, you definitely don't want any dairy. But for a lot of people, it causes mucus in the body anyway. So right now, when we are trying to live at our very best, I suggest you give it up too, and just see how you feel. Now, one of the things that we found in this virus is it hits people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s the hardest. And we know that at those ages, we have the least amount of the human growth hormone. Kids who have the highest, those little ones, they're not getting it as much. I'm going to tell you a way that you can help raise your level of human growth hormone. And that is called intermittent fasting. So I'll tell you how I do it. But the deal is this: you eat for 8 hours and then you don't eat for 16 more. For me, I have breakfast every morning about 10 o'clock and then I stop eating at 6 o'clock. The reason for that is I try to be in bed by 9:30 at the latest each night. That gives me 3 hours after I eat for my body to digest the foods that I eat. And when your body is finished digesting, the whole body can rest, but it also helps with the hormones that help you sleep. Now, if you are a diabetic and you're on insulin, or your doctor has told you have a medical condition where you aren't able to fast and you can't go long periods without eating, then don't do this. But most people are able to intermittent fast, and there's not really a downside to it. It's a very healthy practice. So let's go over the things that we talked about. We talked about meditating. We talked about moving. We talked about drinking half your weight in ounces of water. We talked about your sleeping. We talked about nutrition. We talked about the human growth hormone and how you can spawn that on. Now, nobody can stop you from getting this, and I'm not saying if you do these things that you won't. But if you can make your immune system a little stronger, you will be healthier. I want to offer you a free gift for being on here today. You will go to a website that I have, https://personal-wellness-assessment. And there, when you give me your email address and your name, I will send you a copy of a wellness assessment. And this deals with all those areas of your lifestyle. You can also go to Wellness Solutions Today on Facebook. Join the group, friend me. If you've got questions, please send messages. I'm going to be doing a lot of short lives over the next couple of weeks if our internet access hangs out, to give you tips to help you live your best life during this time. I believe in you. I believe that you can manifest and create the life that you most desire to live. And I believe that you will take charge and make it through this pandemic. I'm Kimball Sargent. We've got 12 more weeks, and I hope you will join us again next Thursday at 1, and that you will ask friends to join us too. Thank you for being here today, and be well.